those in favor of the motion that's on the floor?
Rocky View County councillors put a controversial data centre proposal to a vote. A Calgary DJ's Instagram wiped off.
The reasoning that they said was child sexual exploitation or nudity.
A baffling accusation raises serious concerns about Meta's use of AI.
Kill 27, take one.
And Calgarians flock to be part of horror movie history.
Never thought I'd be a part of something like this.
A local director's dream for the most kills on set until there is one.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Camilla Di Giuseppe.
Good evening. Cheers filled the gallery in Rocky View County Council chambers tonight after elected officials there voted down a proposed data center that drew both concern and opposition from rural farmers.
All those in favor of the motion that's on the floor? And those opposed? So your application has been refused.
The motion put forward was whether council should reject Kinetic's data center area structure plan and land redesignation. They voted 6-1 in favor to shelve the whole thing. If it got the go-ahead, the complex would have been built east of Balzac on farmland. Some councillors said they would be on board with a data center, but not at the expense of agricultural land. It would have included multiple facilities and a future 900-megawatt power generation facility. Landowners and farmers say they are thrilled with the outcome. The county's Reeve shared her concerns ahead of the vote.
And I do understand from the applicant's side, there's a lot of things you can't know the answer for today. I know that. But I also can't take the responsibility of hoping it works out.
Oh my gosh, so excited. I'm so incredibly proud of all of the landowners, all of the farmers that came out, that got off of the equipment today to come here and support.
I think they recognize the importance of agriculture. They recognize the importance of class 1 and 2 soils and how they produce food for the area.
The day-long public hearing included over 50 submissions, with the majority against the project. Kinetic says although it's not the outcome it had hoped for, it respects the county's decision. A group of Springbank Hill residents received some good news today. They've won their fight to delay a rezoning decision. A land use amendment is needed for the proposed Augusta Villas. The group says the 42 luxury townhome development will overwhelm their community. They were also asking for the rezoning discussion to be delayed until after the municipal election because Ward 6 doesn't have a councillor. That request was approved by council this morning, and the public hearing will now happen in January. Photo radar is returning to another Calgary intersection to help reduce crashes in high-risk areas. Starting October 6th, the camera will be reactivated at 16th Avenue and 10th Street Northwest. It's the same intersection where 20-year-old Arjun Singh Gill, the son of a former MLA, was killed after crashing his motorcycle into an SUV. So far this year, there have been 25 fatal collisions in Calgary, including 5 fatal motorcycle crashes. 2 other intersections were previously approved by the province, one in the northeast at 16th Avenue at 68th Street, the other in the northwest at Highway 1A and 12 Mile Cooley Road. Calgary firefighters gathered today to remember the 81 members who have died in the line of duty. The annual memorial honors those who have died either during active firefighting or due to illnesses relating to firefighting. It also honors 4 firefighters who died fighting in the First World War. This year, 4 firefighters were added to the police officers and firefighters tribute plaza. All 4 died of cancer acquired through occupational exposure. The fire chief says the day is not just for the firefighters who lost their lives, but their families as well. University of Lethbridge professor has resigned from the school's Board of Governors over the province's new rules for female athletes. Anyone older than 12 will now need to prove they were born female as part of the UCP government's revised Fairness and Safety in Sports Act. The province says the goal is to keep transgender girls and women out of female sports because of their potential physical advantage. Craig Coburn says he's taking a stand to protect the fundamental human rights of students and calls the mandate discriminatory.
While you can speak against things on the board, after the meeting is done, you're required to support any decision that's rendered, and I simply could not stand and support this decision. I feel it is wrong.
The U of L has implemented a policy in line with provincial guidelines on an interim basis until October 10th. This will allow the policy to be reviewed and altered if needed. The province says it is going to fight a legal challenge to its school pronoun law. Justice Minister Mickey Avery's press secretary released a statement saying the government will vigorously defend its position in court, adding that the legislation was introduced to strengthen ties between parents and their children's education, providing more transparency, clarity, and consistency. 2 LGBTQ plus groups officially filed a court challenge against the school pronoun law last week, asking it be declared unconstitutional. It's common and often crucial for businesses to stay active on social media. That's why a Calgary DJ is devastated after his Instagram account was disabled with no clear explanation why. Many users around the globe are facing the same issue and place blame on parent company Meta's use of artificial intelligence. Terry Fikowski reports.
Talon Doak is a DJ in Calgary and until recently shared his performances on Instagram.
I would say it's like the 2025 version of like a resume or LinkedIn. So without it, it's kind of like you don't exist, because that's where people check first.
He racked up quite a following with more than 10,000 users and 1 million views a month. But that all disappeared when his account was disabled in April after it was flagged for violating the platform's community standards on child exploitation and nudity.
The only thing that I just posted before I went to sleep that morning was something about like DJing. It had nothing to do with like anything close to what they said. On my phone, it won't even let me log in.
Despite multiple efforts to appeal, he remains locked out 4 months later.
Summer is always like my busiest season, so like not having it, I missed DJing the Calgary Stampede. I missed like the festivals I did.
The issue is being linked to Meta's artificial intelligence monitoring system, which experts say is prone to mistakes.
If they are using AI for the sort of automated moderation and the AI is making mistakes, then Meta has the responsibility to ensure that users have a way to report these issues and have these issues addressed in a fair and equitable way.
More than 40,000 users agree, with a petition circulating calling on the social media giant to act. That includes Jesse Vitterall, a paramedic from Cochrane, who is fighting to have his personal account reinstated.
What was the reason? And just to be able to like talk to someone human.
He also believes Meta should be accountable for flagging people for things like child abuse without any recourse.
It's not just about losing social media, it's about being labeled with something so harsh and devastating. I think it needs to be sorted out.
CTV did reach out to Meta for comment on our story, but the company did not respond. Terry Fikowski, CTV News, Calgary.
Danielle is in with our first look at the weather. Something that caught me by surprise today was actually how warm it got.
Yeah, it was hot today, especially considering fall officially starts in less than 2 weeks. And we've been well above normal. So today we got to a high of 26 degrees. Normal is 18. We're slowly going to drop a little bit each day, 1 to 2 degrees each day for the rest of this week and throughout next week as well. So we'll slowly get there. All right, 13 degrees at 8 a.m. The clouds will increase late in the morning, so we'll be mainly cloudy in the afternoon. There will be lots going on around us with regards to shower and thunderstorm activity, but it looks like all of that should stay out of the city of Calgary. We'll just get some of the clouds from it, especially late afternoon or late morning, early afternoon. And we're looking at a high of 24 degrees. So just a couple degrees cooler tomorrow overall. More details coming up.
Thank you, Danielle. Alberta sits in last place for education spending. Next, the Alberta Teachers Association says it will fight for more funding. This as a potential strike looms.
When completed, Canada's first independent television station will be housed in the most modern radio and TV building in Canada.
CTV Calgary, formerly known as CFCN TV, is 65 years old today. When viewers in Calgary and Southern Alberta tuned in on September 9th, 1960, they saw owner H. Gordon Love officially launch the station, followed by a 30-minute newscast and 2 movies. Since then, CFCN TV grew up along with Calgary, covering all the major events, and we were entertained too. Buckshot with Ron Barge and puppeteer Jim Lewis ran for 30 years. The province and teachers appear no closer to reaching a contract deal. Wage increases and classroom sizes are their top 2 priorities to be addressed. The push for more funding comes as a recent study shows Alberta spent the lowest per student across Canada. Tyler Barrow has more.
Kids have been back in class for a week, but a strike or lockout could upend their school routine. Teachers want raises and for classroom sizes to be reduced, while the province deals with a funding crunch.
We need government to come down and be serious about the conversations that we need to have that respects the work of teachers.
A recent study by the Fraser Institute report shows Alberta ranked last in K-12 spending per student across Canada during the 2022-23 school year, allocating just under $13,500 per student. The next lowest, Newfoundland and Labrador, spending almost $700 more.
We have been the least funded in terms of the amount of money that school boards have to spend on students for many, many years, almost a decade.
The provincial government told CTV it questions the think tank's methodology while it works to release its own numbers. But that doesn't change what the ATA says has become the norm, class sizes to be in the 30s and 40s. Nobody really knows the average because the province stopped tracking class sizes in 2019. Still, families say they are too big.
If there's too many kids in the class, the kids keep playing around. They are not listening in their class.
Without a doubt, they're bigger than when I was a kid, and I went to school in Calgary, so that's definitely a concern.
In response to the ongoing negotiations, the province says the deal on the table addresses classroom sizes by hiring 3,000 new teachers over the next 3 years, along with wage increases of 12% over 4 years.
What you see on the table is a proactive deal that respects teachers and respects class sizes and all the challenges we're facing as a province.
The UCP government recently announced a larger than expected $6.5 billion deficit. The ATA won't release its salary ask, saying it won't negotiate in public. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
An Airdrie man living with Alzheimer's is calling on Ottawa to approve new drugs aimed at significantly slowing down the disease's progression. A pair of treatments are given through monthly IV infusions. They work by targeting amyloid plaques in the brain, believed to cause dementia and Alzheimer's. Both drugs are approved in several countries, including the U.S., Japan, and the U.K., but Health Canada has not given the green light. Brian Bates was diagnosed with early Alzheimer's in March. The 71-year-old lost his job driving a school bus due to cognitive decline, but hopes the drugs will give him more time with his family.
Family is very, very important, and I think it's a thing that's kept me going, made me want to continue.
Health Canada and the regulators are in a difficult position. They want to do due diligence and ensure that these medications are safe, but we also have to balance that off by the recognition that there is time sensitivity.
Health Canada received applications in 2023 and 24 for these treatments and says its review process involves complex engagement to gather comprehensive data. The department tells CTV News both drugs are being reviewed as efficiently as possible to ensure they meet safety and quality standards. Give Life Alberta is flying its new flag outside the Foothills Hospital to honor living donors. A Calgary woman who donated a kidney to her father raised the flag at a ceremony today. Since the transplant surgery in 2010, they both continue to lead full lives and make new memories. Organizers say there's more awareness about organ donation, living or deceased. Deceased donation is up, with 317 organs donated last year. That's up from 273 the year before and 248 the year before that. The father and daughter duo are encouraging others to give the gift of life.
It has been proven that you can live successfully, the donor and the receiver. You can live normal life with one kidney.
If you don't get to have those opportunities, you're never going to have those memories, and that time together is, for me at least, what makes everything worth it.
Organizers encourage people to become an organ donor by registering online or at an Alberta registry office. Well, if you're not into horror movies, this next story might not be for you. The team behind a Calgary film is attempting to break a world record for the number of on-screen deaths. Alicia Fieldberg was on set today.
Today we're going to be killing everybody.
These actors have roles to die for. They've all signed up as movie murder victims in an attempt to break the Guinness World Record for highest slasher death count in a feature film.
Kill 27, take 2.
Until There Is One follows a group of people trying to survive a serial killer for the chance to win $1 million. It's written and directed by a Calgary actor.
We were curious, what's the Guinness Book of World Records for the most kills on a slasher movie? And we found that it was 155, and we're like, we can beat that. And funny enough, we're probably going to, by the time we're done, be at around 2,000 kills.
He's worked around the world on productions, but chose Calgary for this film. There was an open casting call for the crowd-funded film, which stars some prominent horror actors.
I've played some famous killers like Jason Voorhees. Yes, and I know how to kill, and I know the movements and the stunts.
He's in a bunch of movies that I'm obsessed with, so it was really cool to meet him in person and to see how humble he is.
This Calgarian's day job helped her prepare for her on-screen debut.
I'm a root canal specialist, so I see patients in pain all day long, and I do a lot of surgery, so I deal with blood and, just the gore of things.
Many other fans also jumped at the chance to be scared.
And not just be killed by their favorite celebrity, but they're also part of breaking the Guinness Book of World Record. And so it's a little bit like cinematic history.
Most of the victims don't even know how they'll go.
But I can do a good scream, so I'm ready. And I do like the gore of getting all bloody and running for your lives.
But killers aren't the concern for some first-timers.
Scary because I don't know what I would sound like or look like on camera.
Unlike the current record holder, The Summer of Massacre, this film will not rely on special effects.
It's all practical. So we've gone old school. We are shooting blood everywhere.
They're using every weapon in the toolbox to try and secure a new record and deliver thrills to audiences. Alicia Fieldberg, CTV News, Calgary.
Until There Is One could be out in some theaters and on streaming services by spring 2026. Danielle Savone's up next with her Skywatch forecast. Nothing scary about that. Those details next.
All right, well, today was a hot one considering we're now in September and approaching the official beginning of fall. And all that heat, well, most of the heat anyway, in the country was in the prairies. 26 degrees was the high in Calgary, 30 in Edmonton, 30 as well in Medicine Hat, and higher 20s for Regina and Saskatoon. So, yes, we definitely had some heat. We're going to slowly decline a couple degrees, 1 to 2 degrees each day as we go through the rest of this week in the city. This was a look at earlier today, so we did have showers and thunderstorm development that we had talked about happening, and this has since died out for the most part. So things are quieting down throughout these overnight hours, and there's a little bit going on for some communities in the far south tomorrow morning. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Now, for the city of Calgary, it just looks like we'll get some cloud cover. This is a stateside system that will push on in, and this will bring in some rainfall to the far south, most likely Lethbridge. Pincher Creek, Christmas Pass, smaller chance of seeing that, but Lethbridge and south, for example, and off to Milk River. This is a fast mover, though, so this will quickly bump up and push up against Highway 2, as far north as about High River. This is a look at the afternoon hours. For Calgary, we'll get some cloud cover from this. There will also be development of some thunderstorm activity in the foothills, but it looks like that won't have the strength to make its way to the east. So we're just in the middle of everything, just some cloud cover in the city. Maybe the wind's picking up a little bit late in the morning and early afternoon hours, but it should be fairly quiet in Calgary while there's other things going on around us. This will all clear out, though, for Thursday. Thursday will be quiet everywhere in southern Alberta because we'll have high pressure dominating. Now, for tomorrow, we will have some moderate level, so we'll be on the moderate risk part of the Air Quality Health Index, but This should start to clear out throughout the day tomorrow. So it looks like we'll bounce down to the low risk part of this air quality health index by late tomorrow. And then we're looking at some better air quality that will likely stick around for the rest of the week after that. Okay, so 24 degrees for tomorrow as our high in the city. Again, small risk of seeing any sort of isolated shower or thunderstorm activity. We're mainly just looking at some cloud cover pushing in and the winds getting a little breezy. 25 degrees, stable and mainly sunny for Thursday. And then a system will roll in for Friday and Saturday. That will slowly drop our temperatures, as you can see by then, into those lower 20s and bring about 1 to 3 millimeters of rain late Friday and also for Saturday.
Danielle, thanks. The Wolf Pack was out on the golf course today. That's Dustin Wolf and the Flames, how the annual charity tournament turned celebratory for the Calgary netminder. The Calgary Flames traded in their hockey sticks for golf clubs for their annual charity golf tournament. And as Glenn Campbell reports, there was a lot to celebrate on the links.
Thanks, man. Dustin Wolf got plenty of hugs at the Flames charity golf tournament on Tuesday, and for good reason. The 24-year-old signed a new 7-year contract with a $7.75 million AAV. Wolf still has 1 year left on his old contract, so he's going to be in Calgary long term.
It's great. I'm excited. 8 more years here in the city, and I think there's a lot of exciting things coming from our team, from our staff, from our organization, from the new building coming in 2 summers, and there's a lot to look forward to here in Calgary, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Then here's his warm-up. Whoa! Dustin Wolf is as good of a feel-good story as you'll ever have. Deemed too small, he wasn't drafted until the 7th round, 214th overall in the 2019 NHL entry draft. Wolf uses that as fuel.
I was the 4th last pick in the draft, and I've kind of always used size and the draft pick selection, and all that stuff is motivating factors. And again, they took another swing on giving me a chance to play a lot of hockey last year, and every time I step on the ice, I want to prove them right.
Flames general manager Craig Conroy says it was a no-brainer to lock up Wolf long-term. Last year, in his first full season with the Flames, he was 29-16-8 with a 2.64 goals against average. He recorded 3 shutouts and had a .906 save percentage. He's proved himself at every level.
I mean, he's really been showing us all along, and then last year to see him do it, in the 53 games, it just kind of put a stamp that, hey, and when you talk to Dustin, when you talk to him at the end of the season, he's like, I got another level. I can be better. I know my game's not exactly where I want to be, which is exciting for us.
It's been a busy offseason for Conroy. Over the weekend, Connor Zeri signed. Before that, it was Matt Coronado, Martin Postmusel, and Kevin Ball.
It's great for the organization. I think it sends a good message to everybody. I mean, people want to be in Calgary, and they believe that we have a chance to win here.
Glenn Campbell, CTV Sports, Calgary.
All right, and that's it for us here at CTV News at 11:30. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Good night.